Hello traders, D7 here with freetradingvideos.com, and the markets are slightly bullish today. We got a full 0.5% here on the Dow, a little less here on the S&P at 0.4%, and on the Nasdaq about 0.5%. And just barely in the black on the Russells. And the VIX did drop a full 4%. We're hovering right there at 22.66. And we're here looking at the S&P daily. The S&P daily, we did drop yesterday, finding support at this trend line. Let's go down. We have this, and this is July of 09. We come up with that trend line to November of 09, come up, build this high base, and we pull back to that trend line that should act as some very nice support. So we are below the 20-day moving average, but we are above the 50-day. What we want to do is see, at least the bulls do, would like to see a little bounce come out of this, but I'm not holding my breath for too much of a bounce here, and I'll explain why in here just a second. And let's bring in the Dow. Okay, here's the Dow. Nice uptrend. We're at support below the 20-day moving average, looking for a bounce. We certainly, on the S&P and the Dow, we do not want to see a breakdown. At least the bulls don't. Down here below these major support levels. So we're at a crucial point, and we're watching this quite closely. Let's also go to the Nasdaq. Nasdaq just has one of the prettiest rising wedges you could ever ask for, and you have your bearish divergence, and it just keeps diverging. And we have a place where we could actually bounce up a little bit. We have plenty of room here. We're actually above the 20-day moving average. We're above the 50-day moving average. We have blue skies here for at least a short stint. So, but I'll tell you, as soon as we hit this resistance line, the question is, will we blast through, or will we touch it and then drop immediately? I don't see us hanging up there. I see us either blasting through it or doing a touch and drop. So we'll want to be watching that to see how things pan out. Here's the Russells. Here's the Russell. If you look at the Russell, you have what's called an ascending triangle. I'll draw a couple lines here to point it out to you. And wow, I didn't know that my music was going to be playing so loud. This is Baroque Symphony on iTunes. You can go to their radio. And I started listening to that. And I have it still playing in the background. I'm not sure if I'll do that again, but we'll see how this video turns out. But anyway, we have a symmetrical triangle. We're above all the major moving averages. This could be bullish. The only problem is we have a bear flag type formation. A big drop, a little mini-me uptrend. So even though I see this more as an ascending triangle, but the triangle did develop at the low of a leg, so it kind of makes it as a bearish pennant. So this is kind of a three-way pattern. You have an ascending triangle bullish, you have a bear flag bearish, and you have a bear pennant bearish. We are above the moving averages bullish. So the Russells is in a real unique area. So that's something we certainly want to be watching. Now I'm going to bring the VIX in. The reason I want to bring the VIX in is I'm going to bring in some data. Come down, down, and look, we have this double bottom type formation that's kind of working itself in. Technically speaking, as far as the textbooks are concerned, it's not a double bottom until we pierce the middle of this area. So we'd have to get over 32.33 for it to be a confirmed double bottom. Gang, a lot of volume flowing in down here at these lows on VIX options for January and some February action. So a lot of people saying that they're hedging against what's happening, and then there's other groups of people saying it's just an all-out way of making money because they're expecting volatility to spike due to some bearish activity happening at the beginning of the year. So I'll tell you, gang, you want to watch this very, very closely. As a matter of fact, I have some calls that I actually picked up, I believe, back here around the $22 mark. And did I say dollar? 20 to 22 point mark here on the VIX, and I'm just sitting through them. I have mine out to March at this moment. It may pick up some more going out further into the spring, but we'll see how it plays out before I make that decision. Wow, this is over a 5-minute video. Thanks for staying with us here at freetrainvideos.com. We'll catch you there at the website.